Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are
Hopefully Awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky things, Maggie, include multiple things.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Monday, but it's not Monday. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Because yesterday, the stream went down in flames. But we're here today to talk about some box office news. We got some casting updates. We got just all kinds of fun stuff. So this is us talking about it because this is the Hopefully Awesome Show, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I recap all of the fun, awesome stuff that happened over the past week. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Become a member. Just like our producer for the month of November, Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you for being our producer. But yeah, we're back. It was a holiday week over. And yeah. That's it. That's all I got, man. There's all my energy. It's gone. All my energy is gone.
However you celebrate it.
Even if you don't.
Even if you don't.
Honestly, you know. Well, I mean, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yes, Sailor Maggie. Yeah.
Look at her.
Hey guys, we got kick out date.
Have we not talked about that?
No,
I guess we haven't, have we?
No, it happened on last Tuesday, but
well, we went live.
But we never talked about it, I don't think.
Well,
because it's not when we did the double.
I think that was Wednesday. Because we did Smallville and Nazis. Anyway, no, Tuesday we went to eat.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't do anything. No, you want to tell them? You want to tell them the big eviction date?
January 11th.
That's right, everybody.
He's getting kicked out.
And then I'm completely prepared and not stressing out at all about it. I think we already talked about it.
I can't remember.
It's okay, Maggie. We also a little fun update. Our little girl's sick. Yeah. So
and apparently everybody else's kids in this area are sick too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it sucks.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Honestly, that was part of yesterday why we ended up not being able to go live on top of tech issues, which seem to be sorted. We'll see. Fingers crossed. But she's doing okay. She's just got a little sore throat, a little cough, you know.
Yeah, she's got like a cold.
Yeah. And she's 3. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand, you know.
She
hasn't figured out how to hawk shit out. You know what I mean?
She does not like coughing.
I'm more of a fan of Ekans myself, Maggie. You get it? Yes. Coughing Ekans. It's Team Rocket blasting off again. You know what? Who else is blasting off? It's time for the news.
We're working without good news, everyone.
I think we did it. I think that either worked perfectly or not at all. But either way, it's fine. Either way, it's great. Maggie, anything you want to say before we get rolling? I didn't know if there's like chat or anything.
Oh, Matt, ZR, and Eric, I just want to say thanks for your messages in chat from last night.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to see those. Were they great?
Yeah. Well, Eric said, "Oh no, show postponed or canceled for tonight." And Matt ZR said, "I was just watching Good Burger 2 anyway, so I guess this is postponed till tomorrow, and they might double up on videos either tomorrow or Wednesday." Thanks, Matt ZR.
You guys know us way too well, honestly. Like that's awesome. We are currently trying to decide if we want to do Smallville and 90s tomorrow. If we don't, then we may go live on Thursday to catch it up. Yeah. One thing that we're trying to figure out is Maggie is starting to feel a bit exhausted.
Yeah.
All the time.
I hate it.
So that's part of it. We're also trying to figure out like what does it look like
for
Matt to go alone for a little bit.
He's gonna be solo.
Which is doable. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Hi, good night, Angie.
Hey, good night,
Love
Mom.
you.
Love you. But no, I was thinking, I've been kicking around the idea of doing like a call-in show. I don't even know how I would go about that. But like, I got this Bluetooth connector, so like people could call. I'm not gonna give my real number, obviously.
Oh, I know
but
that.
there could be like a Google number or something. And
Oh,
I don't really know what they'd be calling in for, but like,
chance to be your co-host.
I thought
Temporary co-host.
Like we just get a new co-host every story or something like that.
Something like that.
That'd be kind of funny. I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, so I definitely want to do audio only because I feel like people can only say so much shit before like I can just hang up. But if I do a video call, like there's a lot of horrible things that can be shown from random people, you know, before I can hang up. So I mean, we already say like fucking shit and shit.
Matt Sierra says Matt could talk enough for 4 people anyway.
It's true. You're not wrong.
It is true.
I mean, I could do it.
Wait until his brother gets to be on here.
Oh,
whenever that does happen, the show will go on forever.
I thought about hitting him up and seeing like if he wanted to fill in for you, but then I was like, nah, he's got so much to do. Like, you know, and like, for like the Hopefully Awesome show, like I can cover this, and we're not gonna do Smallville without you because that defeats the purpose. So, fun stuff to figure out. But
just call him. I'll call in.
You'll be the call-in.
I'll be the call-in. I'll be sitting on the bed with the baby.
Aw. we could let we've said his name, right?
Henry.
Okay. I just make sure.
I'm pretty certain we have. I just find it funny that Matt Sierra called him Clark Jr. because that's his middle name is Clark. and
why
not
is
for
it
the
Clark?
reason. Well, not for the reason you all would think. So Matt does, and my mom does too. That's her mom's name.
It's for Superman. But hey, Maggie, you know what else is for Superman? Story number 1. Are your headphones plugged up?
Probably.
Usually I can hear it.
Yeah, they are. I didn't unplug them. Okay.
There we go. I got it. Just be sure and turn that down before, because no, I mean like leave it up now so I can hear it. But like,
okay. Before
you wear them again, because it'll be
your
way
mom,
too loud.
Your mom could be your co-host.
God.
She said that would be awesome.
What?
The call-in thing.
Oh, Mom. No, I don't think the world's ready.
Ask Angie.
Give Mom a call-in show.
Be like,
ask Angie anything.
Yeah. Be like Delilah, except to be Angela.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
But you know what I do hate, Maggie?
The box office.
The box office results for this week. I'm joking. I don't hate it. So, of course, via Box Office Mojo, the numbers and discussing film, staying at number 1 this week was The Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It made an additional $28.8 million, bringing its domestic gross to $98.3 million and its worldwide gross to $197.2 million. Again, didn't even expect it to do much of anything, and now here we are. You know, still number 1. It's crazy. Like, even like think about it. We had 2 big movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a brand new Disney animated movie come out this week, and the fact that this is still number 1. Like, I mean,
memes are being made of it.
Of what, songbirds? Or whatever?
Not the birds. Well, of the movie, yes. But, like, the young President Snow, apparently.
Sexy Donald Sutherland. Want to smoke some weed?
Anyways, apparently he has the actor that plays him has like a buzz cut at some point, and people have been making memes out of it left and right. Well, so
you think it's good? I kind of want to watch it.
I don't know. I was talking to one of my friends that I knew that had read the books back in college because she was taking English courses, and that was like one of the books that they had to read.
Huh.
And she got hooked in them. I said, "Hey, have you found any interest in watching the prequel?" And I was like, "Because I've read all the books, and I really don't want to." She said, "Oh my God, I would have to reread all those books in order to." I was like,
Jeez.
"No, no, no, no. It's a prequel. It's about young Snow." And she went, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, it has nothing to do with Katniss as far as I'm concerned."
I bet there's like a baby Katniss in it or something. Like something weird, you know?
Yeah. But
it's like, oh, this is my niece, Kat.
Yeah.
Your cat niece? Katniss? Hunger Games. That's just what
Songbird.
I wrote a song about birds. Oh, a snake. Man, I'm hungry. Let's play some games. This is the worst.
Caw-caw, songbirds. That's what Eric says. Caw-caw.
This is the worst prequel that we just wrote.
Little snake.
Oh, God. Like, I feel like this would be worse than the Harry Potter prequels. That's saying a lot. At number 2,
Sexy Dumbledore.
Why does everything gotta be sexy, you know? Like, you get sexy Darth Vader. You get sexy Frodo. You know? You get... or sexy Smog, whatever.
Smog.
Whatever, you know? These prequels... God damn it. At number 2, brand new to the box office, oddly enough, Napoleon with 20.4 million.
Apple movie.
Worldwide gross of 78.8 million on a budget of $200 million. That's a lot of cheese, a lot of cheddar for a movie that's probably not going to get anywhere close to that. It's weird. Apple, what was the other one they did? They did another one. The Scorsese. Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah. And like that also was 200 million, and like neither of these are gonna do
Apple's
that.
like, we give you $200 million to make these movies, guys.
We just need people to subscribe to Apple TV Plus, okay? Yeah. Like that's what we need.
This is where I want to steal John Oliver's joke. He said Apple TV Plus, where celebrities go to hide.
I forgot about it. That's great. But yeah, budget of 200 million means it'd have to make 400 million. I'll be honest, I have no desire to watch this. No. Ridley Scott is one of those people where when I love him, and when I hate him, I hate him. Like, it's not that I hate him, it's like, it's not a hate thing, it's more of just boredom, you know? Like, I love Prometheus, right? Prometheus is fantastic. Alien Covenant, not so much. Right, Alien, really good. I'm out. That's all of them. Gods of Egypt. There you go. That was one where Christian Bale was Moses or some shit. And it's like, get the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I think that's the same movie. I'm pretty sure. At third at the box office this week was Disney's Wish. With 19.5 million, bringing its domestic total, and this is a bit complicated, so we'll talk about it. Bringing its domestic total to 31.7 million, and its worldwide gross to 49 million. Now, Wish actually opened on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So by the time it ended its 5-day weekend, it had grossed 31 million. Now, I looked into it because I was like, well, if it opened like on Wednesday, then maybe its numbers would have actually factored out, and it maybe would have opened higher if we're counting the whole opening. No, it's still Songbirds and Snakes still make more money on Wednesday and Thursday to push it above Wish anyway. So, yeah. Now I will say, Napoleon actually made more over the weekend worldwide than Hunger Games. So, just domestically is where that falls. But yeah, Wish open number 3. It's wild. To put this in perspective, so I put some numbers on here. The previous, I think I've got 6 on here. The previous Disney movies, the Disney animated movies to release, we had Strange World open last year with 12 million, which is terrible, obviously.
Disenchanted.
No, I'm sorry. It's supposed to say Encanto.
Oh, Encanto? Oh, sorry.
I don't know why.
Encanto opened to 40.3 million in 2021.
Yeah. And so then we have the pre-C,
Yeah.
Pre-C. Can't really, Then we get
Frozen 2.
Yeah. Frozen 2 opened to 123.7 million in 2019. So these are all the same weekend, by the way, the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
Ralph Breaks the Internet opened to 84.6 million in 2018. And even Coco, which I thought did not perform as well, right? Even it opened to 71 million in 2017.
And Coco's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I love Coco. I remember, I thought I remembered like hearing that it wasn't like the gargantuan success that they were wanting it to be. I mean, obviously it didn't break 100 million or whatever.
Yeah.
So like you take that into account, and then you see that Wish made 19.5 million. Like that's crazy to me. Like it's crazy. Like I know people like already. There's a lot of stuff going around about Wish, and we'll be talking about it later on in the show.
Yeah.
So no spoilers, obviously. But it's wild to me that a brand new Disney animated movie, not even like Strange Worlds looked not great, right? Like
No,
especially after like Lightyear wasn't that good. It's kind of riding off of that a little bit.
Yeah.
No, you're good. But like I don't know, this looked like return to form for Disney, like Frozen and Tangled, and like it didn't make that much money. I know Disney Dan was actually on Twitter talking about it, and he said that he thinks that a big part of it is because of just the cost of tickets. So like he did the math, like to get 4 tickets and some popcorn, some drinks, and some candy, it's like $150.
Yeah.
Which is crazy,
But
right?
he's got 2 kids of his own.
Yeah.
So he would definitely know.
Yeah. And like even if that is like an exaggerated number, I mean you're still talking 75 to $100, like easy.
Yeah, and especially if you buy one of the special buckets or something.
Yeah.
Even though you do get like a free large popcorn or whatever, or sometimes when you buy a cup you get a free large drink with it. It still adds up.
Oh yeah. And so he's saying that from where that's the case, right? And people know that it'll be on Disney Plus within a few months anyway. That's what's kind of taught people to not go. And so like the real I don't know what the right word phrasing is here, but I guess the real test will be to see how well it does on Disney Plus.
Well, and also they were saying the same thing about Elemental.
Yeah,
and
which ended up sticking around because of great word of mouth.
Yes.
But this one's not really getting the same kind of word of mouth.
And it should.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Just want to say.
I wouldn't necessarily say Elemental. I wouldn't say this is better than Elemental. And I would say Elemental took more chances,
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's a good Disney movie. Like it's a good Disney princess movie. Like it. I mean, it's great at that. It is what it is, and it's really good.
Animated very beautifully.
Yeah,
too.
I love the new art style that they use in this.
It's I better not get into it. In chat, Eric says PG movies open up on Wednesday, or at least that's how it was in the 90s.
The 90s.
And also he said, wait a minute, I see a pattern with that list. Encanto, Coco, Wish, they are all Latino characters. Well, guess that makes Wreck-It Ralph Senor Ralpho. Nice.
Oh Lord.
That's why I was laughing
you're
to
not
myself.
wrong. Honestly, you're not wrong.
I mean,
that is a very solid point.
Listen, I got kids that know every word, every song in Encanto.
And I mean, let's not forget, like there is a large conversation right now about Disney and like I don't want to get too deep into it, but just like the politics of like Disney being woke or whatever. And so like there is that whole side of the conversation of, people who are maybe taking that a bit stronger stance on that. And like, I mean, like Little Mermaid, right? Like so many people being like, oh, they're fucking ruining it, They're ruining it. She can't be a mermaid. And it's like, it's so stupid and ignorant
yeah,
in so many ways.
Yeah, every time that commercial plays in my classroom, if we're getting ready to watch a video on YouTube, and the commercial for Disney Plus, it'll show the Little Mermaid trailer.
Yeah.
Every kid, well, mostly girls, every kid in my room's like, oh, it's Ariel. That's the new Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And like,
because kids aren't like full of bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They don't care.
They don't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And like, I don't know, Eric. You bring up a very solid point, honestly. And it's stupid. And I mean, you look at the Marvels. Did the same thing, right? Like it just did not open that well, and people are saying, oh, it's gone woke. It's too feminine.
And also, I hate Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and it's just it's just a bunch
sorry.
of. Nah, you're fine.
I don't like it.
So I don't know. That could also be playing into it, and Disney Plus. Like, all these factors are probably all stacking on each other and creating this situation of just not making as much as they used to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is to that. Because I mean, then you look at something like Barbie, which for all intents and purposes should have fell under the same umbrella of like people being pissed, right?
There were, but you just didn't hear about it.
Yeah, because it was freaking phenomenal. So like, is the answer for Disney to just do better? Like, would that be the answer? Like, if they just made something so outstandingly good that you couldn't help but support it?
Yeah, and also, didn't they push back this movie too, whenever strikes were happening, or no? I can't remember. Because
I don't think so.
Because, like, I remember when the strikes were happening and McDonald's still had to release the Happy Meal toys for the Marvels.
The Marvels, yeah. Because that was in July.
Yeah, but, like, we started seeing like toys for Wish. It seemed like they were really pushing Wish.
Yeah.
And like, and also Disney Dan, once again, he showed a video of Disney on Ice where, oh gosh, what's her name? I forgot her name already.
I know.
I feel so bad. Asha. Where Asha comes out.
She's awesome.
Yes.
She's really great.
Asha comes out onto the ice and like, because nobody knows anything about her. Nobody was clapping or anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you could say, like, yeah, they were pushing it, but was it the right push?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, the whole being able to even advertise it, and get the stars behind it and stuff. I mean, Chris Pine, like, how much do people even know that Chris Pine's in the movie? Not that necessarily matters, but...
I know, because I told you about an interview he did, and it was for Wish.
Yeah.
And that's when that person's like, are you going to do anything with DC or Marvel ever again? And he's like, no.
Fuck no. Why would I do that to myself?
I say sing more, buddy.
Honestly, Chris Pine could have been a fantastic Hal Jordan. I just want to throw that out there. Like, I think he could be any number of Green Lanterns, but... Yeah. And not saying I didn't like Ryan Reynolds as that, but, like, just, I don't know. It was good times.
He's got that, trying to think of it.
Cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get penisy, kid. At number 4...
him and Harry Styles go along so well.
Jeez, let's not even get into that. At number 4, dropping from the number 2 slot, Trolls Band Together, which made an additional $17.5 million, bringing its domestic gross to $64.5 million, and its worldwide gross to $145.7 million. Obviously, I mean, it deserves to do more than that, but I don't think that that's like necessarily terrible for it, like almost, I mean, 150 million worldwide.
And also we took Viv last Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we went back a second time.
And she did really good. This was probably the best movie she did so well in. A
lot better than Paw Patrol. Although she wasn't bad at Paw Patrol.
No, she wasn't.
Mario Brothers was like her first one, and she wasn't ready for that. Yeah. Which she was only 2 at the time, so maybe that wasn't a good call on our part.
But like, ever since we watched it again, I'm like, I love this movie.
It's great. It's so good. It's honestly, I wish more people would go watch it.
What's up, Travis?
Really any other things to get caught up on before we?
Matt ZR said some people just don't want to go to the movie theaters either, since I don't like being in crowds, so I'd rather just wait until something is streaming.
It's a good point.
Agreed.
Totally
And
good point.
Eric just chimed in and said, speaking of DC, Blue Beetle is doing good on the Max. Who knew? It was a good movie. We did.
Hell
That's
yeah,
right.
we did. That's
We
right.
did.
That's right, Eric. God, such a good movie.
Yes,
If you haven't
yes.
checked out Blue Beetle, everybody go check out.
My
Blue
brother was trying so hard at Thanksgiving right in front of me. He's like, I just don't know about that Blue. We're like, it's awesome.
Beetle. Give it a freaking chance.
Yeah.
God, which luckily that was maybe like the worst thing that was talked about.
Which also he said, just seeing the actor, I can't remember his name.
Zolo.
Yeah.
Mariduena,
Yeah.
I think is his name.
And he said, all I want to do is watch Cobra Kai. I was like, well, I mean, yeah, but still, yeah, Blue Beetle's awesome.
Yeah. I hope we get more. God. At number 5, dropping from the number 3 slot, we have Thanksgiving with 7 million, bringing its domestic gross to 24 million and its worldwide gross to 29 million.
Where else is this showing? Canada?
I guess probably.
That's the only other place I know that has Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, it's also horror movies. I mean, you know. At number 6, dropping from the number 4 slot, The Marvels with 6.4 million, bringing its domestic gross to 76.8 million and its worldwide gross to 187 million. So it's almost hit 200 million worldwide. Which again, I want to say was like 200 and something budget. So I mean, it'd have to make at least 500 million, maybe even 600 million. So yeah, which it's really good. We really enjoy it. You know, I feel like that's what we say about everything that's not doing great. It's like, it's actually good.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's, unfortunate.
I just want to save what I have in my brain for later.
Okay. I'm scared. At number 7, staying in the number 7 slot, is The Holdovers with 2.7 million and 12.8 million total.
Oh.
So 2.7 million this weekend, 12.8 domestic total. It has not opened worldwide, and it hits digital today. So it actually is on digital now.
Hey, it might be on sale, guys.
I think it's like $20. Yeah. At number 8, dropping from the number 6 slot, Taylor Swift The Eras Tour added an additional 2.3 million, bringing its domestic total to 178.2 million and its worldwide gross to $248.9 million. All right, and here's a bit of news for you. It is coming to digital on December 13th, which is Taylor Swift's birthday. So.
And then there'll be time for Queen Bee to reign.
Now, who do you think's going to end with more at the box office? Will it be Taylor or Beyonce?
Because they're both. I mean, there's Swifties that are Beyonce fans.
Yeah.
Beyonce fans that are Swifties. So
yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I was flipping through her Instagram this morning, and she's
who Beyonce?
Just all of her outfits.
Yeah,
like dang.
Yeah, I mean it looks really good. Any plans on watching? We haven't watched Eras Tour. Any plans on watching it once it comes out?
I figured we would.
Yeah. Apparently it's extended. It's got 3 extra songs in it.
Secret songs?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know all the rules.
I don't. Listen, all I know is there's secret songs, and some people figure them out. They're like, you gotta wear this and blah 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 to go to the concert.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm just
that's a lot of work.
What are y'all doing? You scare me.
I'd rather study up the Marvel timeline. Waste my brain power on that.
I'll be honest. I just would rather go to a concert and have a good time.
Just enjoy it.
Than have to worry about
Maggie, imagine just enjoying a concert. How dare you? You have to learn the lore, Maggie. Come on.
I don't want to.
At number 9, dropping from the number 5 slot, Five Nights at Freddy's added an additional 1.7 million, bringing its domestic gross to 136.2 million and worldwide gross to $295.5 million. It is now Blumhouse's highest grossing movie of all time.
Good job, Blumhouse.
Previous movie that was the highest grossing for Blumhouse? Split.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot they did Split.
I did too. Wow. I guess that means they also did Glass, so There you go. It's amazing they're still around after that one. And at number 10, closing out the box office this week, is dropping from the number, or I'm sorry, up from the number 14 slot, is Saltburn with 1.7 million, bringing its domestic total to 3 million, worldwide gross to 6 million. Saltburn, I believe, has that dude from the Eternals. He's like in a mansion or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know enough about it.
Creepy and
Does
weird.
it? I don't
like
remember.
To me, I just get those vibes from.
I know we watched the trailer. I just don't
I'm
remember it.
looking forward to watching Argyle whenever it comes out.
Yes, another Apple TV movie.
Yeah.
Over 200 million budget on it. Like Apple, I don't know what their play is here. Like, I mean, sure, it's gonna be on Apple TV Plus at some point, sure. But like, damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's $500 million they've spent on 3 movies. And like, there's no way they're gonna make $1 billion between those 3. Like, it's just, I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it though.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Travis Mitchell in chat says also. Eric says you got the name right, Matt, for the Blue Beetle.
Hey,
Travis Mitchell says I haven't seen Blue Beetle yet, but I'm in the unpopular minority who thinks the director's cut of Batman v Superman is the best DCU movie.
Hey, you're in good company, all right? Batman v Superman was a good movie. The extended cut, for sure.
Matt's got a shirt that says that.
I do. It has Greg Miller holding a sign that says Batman v Superman was a good movie. Yeah. But well, never mind. We'll leave it at that.
Eric says, "Oh no, Maggie is about to open up the Pandora's box. What she's thinking. Stay tuned." And then Travis just chimed in. It's sad when all of the movies mentioned, Saltburn was the only one I saw.
Was it good? Let us
good?
know. Let us know
weird?
if Saltburn was good.
Like, was it weird? Like, I got the vibes off of it, like the Talented Mr. Ripley, because that was a weird movie.
I don't think I've ever watched Talented Mr. Ripley. I saw the sketch where Ben Affleck made fun of the Talented Mr. Ripley, and that's it. That's all I saw. He pretended to be Matt Damon.
Eric said, Matt said it has the dude from the Eternals. There were like 50 dudes starring in that movie. And Travis Mitchell said, Barry oh gosh.
Keon?
I'm sorry, guys. Is a Saltburn guy who is also Dreg in Eternals and Joker in the last Batman.
Whoa, that's the same guy? I didn't know he was Joker in the Batman.
That explains a lot.
I did not realize that. Gosh. Can I just remind everybody how fucking pissed off I am?
That's still
like Warner Brothers. Here's the thing, okay?
Love that movie.
The Batman comes out, and don't get me wrong, it was great. The Batman comes out at a certain time when we're not going into public places, right? Again, can't really say the specific word, but we're talking about the big C, so because we get demonetized and stuff. But you know, so I'm like, okay, well, it'll be hitting digital. I'll just stay spoiler free, right? And like literally, like I think it was 4 days before it comes out to digital, Warner Brothers posts the extended Joker scene, and it's like, hey, you saw him in the movie. Here's the Joker, the full scene. I'm like, God damn it, Warner Brothers! Like, why now? Why why now? You know,
from that,
dude, I was so fucking angry. Like, God.
And look, it still gets him mad. Hey, Eric, add that to the other list of things that gets mad.
I just don't understand why you would spoil something. Mere moments.
Because it's Warner Brothers. At that point, they had like given up.
Now, was that pre-Zaslav? Did you see what's his name? What's it? Patrick Willems. Is it Willems or Will? No, Patrick Willems.
Yeah.
Said he moves for a vote of no confidence in President Zaslav, like in Star Wars. You know?
Yeah.
Because of the whole Looney Tunes thing.
Yeah.
Wild. But yeah, so
Craziness.
That's the box office this week. I would say probably next week. I don't remember everything coming out, but I would say Hunger Games will probably still be number one.
Yeah.
I don't. As much as I can't freaking wait to watch Godzilla -1. That's what we're going to watch this weekend. It won't. I'll be shocked if it's in the top 5.
Yeah.
I think it'll make top 10. But I'll be shocked if it's like really high.
Yeah.
Because I just don't see enough people wanting to go watch that.
Little Rascals in the Batman Joker reveal. Got it.
I love the idea of like having a book of like Matt's
pet peeves.
Yeah.
It's Matt's pet peeves.
You know what really grinds my gears, Lois?
Oh.
There we go. That's my solo show.
Okay.
Matt's pet peeves. And I just go live and just talk about the shit that irritates me. Doesn't really fit the mold of Hopefully Awesome, where it's like a positive place, you know?
No, but Matt just gets to vent out all of his frustration.
It has to be like stupid shit, though. Like, it can't be like real things that make me mad, you know? Like, it has to be like things that
Matt
just
triggers.
annoy the Matt triggers.
Barry Key Yogan is how you say it. Thank you, Travis.
Mm.
But Eric says it's Matt triggers.
Crossfire! I don't know. All right, let's get into the next story. So, everybody.
Yeehaw!
Does it always say escape full screen when it goes over? That's weird.
I don't think so.
Maybe it does. Maybe I just didn't know. So, via Vanity Fair, David Filoni.
Baloney.
My Filoni has a first name. It's Dave.
Baloney is the second name.
Dave Filoni has become the chief creative officer of Lucasfilm, everybody.
Hey, it finally happened.
So, Dave Filoni.
Go, Dave.
Did I say via Vanity Fair?
Huh?
Did I say it was via Vanity Fair?
I believe you did.
Okay. Well, if not.
Well, you just did.
Dave Filoni has a new mission in the Star Wars universe. The writer, producer, director who started out working alongside George Lucas on the animated Clone Wars show. The way this is separated on lines is terrible.
A show nearly 2 decades ago has ascended to a new position at Lucasfilm, one that will give him input into all the galactic storytelling going forward. Now,
you got
quoting him.
Now, I'm what's called the chief creative officer of Lucasfilm.
Teleprompter.
What's funny is I keep trying to stop it, but I'm hitting the foot pedal.
Oh,
that's why I keep like hitting the wrong thing, and it keeps going. Now I'm what's called chief creative officer of Lucasfilm. Filoni tells Vanity Fair, which places him into the development process much earlier and in a much more expansive capacity than his previous adversary.
Advisory.
There's the word.
In the past, quote, in a lot of projects I would be brought into, I would see it after it had already been developed a good ways.
Filoni will now work more directly with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy to originate and shepherd the next generation of Star Wars shows and movies. After spending many years involved in the creation of Star Wars animation, including the Rebels series, he became increasingly involved in live action as a producer with Jon Favreau on The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. In this new role, it's opened up to basically everything that's going on, Filoni says. When we're planning the future of what we're doing now, I'm involved at the inception phase.
Quote.
You want to go?
Yeah. No, my turn. Quote, I'm not telling people what to do, Filoni says, but I do feel I'm trying to help them tell the best story that they want to tell. I need to be a help across the galaxy here, like part of the Jedi Council almost.
God damn it, Filoni.
He described his responsibilities as understanding the intent of the filmmakers and being a resource to them based on his mentorship under Lucas himself and his years spent steering the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka. Literally, hours now of Star Wars storytelling I have done, he said before pausing to rethink his syntax. See, I even phrased that like Yoda. Oh, God.
Filoni will continue developing this his film, which is the big Avengers top crossover for Star Wars movies, as well as exploring a possible second season of Ahsoka while serving in his new position. To truly help filmmakers, it was really important for me to experience it firsthand, he says. I can also lend a perspective on the challenges that telling these stories will present. I feel more capable of actually being helpful outside of just saying, well, Jedi are like this and Sith are like that. End quote.
Good
so,
job, Filoni.
Dave Filoni, everyone, is...
He's made it.
He's now the Star Wars Kevin Feige. For better or worse. But which I think is better.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen some negative takes. People be like, God, now everything's gonna be like, when Book of Boba Fett was had Mandalorian in 2 episodes, and like, you know, people complaining about just whatever, you know, they're like, oh, now we're never gonna get anything like Andor again.
No,
we are. We're gonna get plenty of things. Dave Filoni is just gonna help make things make sense.
Probably not. I guess blend into the story.
A cohesion.
Yes, and that's what you need. You can't just like let everybody do everything all on their own. Which also, exactly. I read that Taika Waititi really wants his Star Wars movie to be like the old trilogy.
Yes, he said it's also going to piss off a lot of people.
Oh,
which
God.
what Star Wars movie hasn't?
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Like,
which one hasn't?
I mean, honestly, I think this is a good thing. Seeing what Star Wars has done over the past few years, especially on the movie side of things, it's been obviously kind of all over the place. It's not necessarily that any of them have been like horribly terrible or anything, but I do think having a central vision going into it instead of just kind of making it up as you go along is always a better idea for sure.
Yeah. Dang, these clearly Canadian
I know.
waters.
I'm like purple. I'm trying not to.
Thing. I'm trying to like cover. Dang, clearly Canadian.
Clearly.
I am part Canadian.
Oh. Maggie, what do you hope to see from a David Filoni ran Star Wars universe?
I don't know, more like stuff like Ahsoka. Get more chicks involved.
Will we get more Anakin Skywalker?
Please.
Should they make
also Ewan McGregor and
Natalie Portman?
No.
Hayden Christensen?
Hayden Christensen,
okay.
I'm so sorry. Pregnancy brain's hitting me hard.
I
mean, they said that they would love to come back and reprise their roles again.
I think they could. I think they should,
I mean,
honestly.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. Let me ask everybody in the audience. Let us know either in the live chat or if you're watching this later, let us know in the comments. Should Dave Filoni erase 7, 8, and 9 from canon? Should he move it into the Star Wars Legends territory?
I wonder if he worked on any of those.
I'm going to say probably not. I mean, maybe he might have had some say, like, in, like, 9. I think they reference, like, I think Ahsoka has a line at the end when, like, the Jedi are doing all that kind of stuff. I think really Mandalorian was really when he, like, started kicking off, like, the live action stuff. I'm torn. Like, Filoni's really good at making things that didn't work feel better.
Yeah.
And, like, fit better and make it have more power, you know? Like, the stuff he did with the Clone Wars and Rebels makes Attack of the Clones a much better movie,
yes.
you know? So, like, I could see him doing that for 7, 8, and 9, but at the same time, I'd also like to just see a fresh take on what the story of Star Wars is.
Yeah.
Building from where we currently are with like Ahsoka and Mandalorian and all that.
I'd say more than likely we'll probably get that.
You think? Like you think he's just gonna wipe out 7, 8, and 9?
Well, I meant like he's gonna work off of Ahsoka and stuff like the show.
Well, yeah, but I mean, eventually it has to bridge into it. Like, I mean, because you know the First Order has to rise at some point, you know, and so like, I don't know. It's just it's tough. It's tough.
All right. We got a few things in chat right quick.
Yo.
Travis Mitchell said, I was mad when Cobra Kai showed Daniel's old apartment building from Karate Kid when it was being wrecked in Karate Kid 3. That is right.
Oh, yeah.
Travis also said, one thing about the original Star Wars that was largely lost later was that the feeling of improvisation and looseness of the production, which I think Taco could recapture in his film.
Totally.
And Eric said, "Oh, that dude Anakin is going to be in Richmond for Comic-Con."
What?
I'd drive that far to see him. Eric also says 7 was good.
I like 7.
Although it was sink. It was like a previous Star Wars movie if you think about it.
Yeah.
Can't remember 8, but 9
Yeah.
basura garbage.
Yeah. 7, I really liked 7. I felt like it did kind of recapture. It felt like a reboot of Star Wars, honestly. Like it without like erasing everything from Star Wars, but it had a lot of, it's the greatest hits. Right? Yeah. Like it had a lot of the stuff that made Star Wars work, that made it feel special. Right? And I still like 7 a lot. But 8, like, I don't dislike 8.
Yeah.
It's more it's like they were setting up trying to do something really special, and then at the last second they didn't. They kind of pulled back a little bit. And then 9 just kind of undoes everything that 8 did. And like I didn't like the whole like the gambling planet with the horse, like the horse aliens and stuff, and like the little kid with the force, and like what does that mean? And like I don't know, like and the slowest high speed spaceship race in history. It was like, we can't catch up to him. I don't know what to tell you. Really, like you both are just equally, like there's no way anyone can go just even like 2 miles faster. Like eventually you'll catch up to them, But no, it can't do it. Can't be done.
Travis Mitchell says 7 through 9 are already so closely tied with the new shows and books that a reboot won't happen. I think it's also important to note the sequel generation are still children who haven't had their voices heard.
I give you that. I don't think especially actually he brings up a great point. Travis brings up a great point. That's so closely tied to stuff. There is a new Rey movie planned to be coming out. So I mean, like that alone kind of negates any possibility. Yeah. And I don't think that they did anything too egregious with 7, 8, and 9 that another movie couldn't, work with and kind of clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, if they can make Thor: Dark World matter in the Endgame, then I mean, anything's possible.
Oh, that's crazy.
Anything's possible.
Travis said, as someone who loved 7 through 8 but walked out of 9 hating it, I remembered how it felt saying I liked the prequels as a kid and adults telling me they were garbage.
Aw. Yeah.
And Eric says that Travis, that complex building from Karate Kid, still standing. I grew up in sorry, my eyes are like crossing. Rosesa through golly, he's like explaining where it's at. San Fernando Valley, and that complex is like 2 blocks from my parents' house.
What? I think we knew that.
He had mentioned it, I believe, but I didn't know it was like that close to his parents' house.
No,
that's wild.
It's wild, honestly.
And I'm pretty certain, didn't I say it showed up in Angel the other night?
Yeah,
that apartment complex.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that the apartment complex from Karate Kid?
Like or Veronica Mars. I think
Veronica Mars.
We went back and forth on So yeah, honestly, I think the Dave Filoni news is good news. Of course, I'm definitely curious to see what this era of Star Wars will bring us now that we can have somebody with at least a hand in all of it.
Now he needs to bring in an apprentice.
An apprentice.
Yes. Kind of like how he was with George Lucas.
Like, give him time. He just got the damn job, Maggie.
Needs an apprentice.
Tell you what, get that little boy from episode 8 that had the Force. Alright, that can be his apprentice. But only 2 there will be. A master and an apprentice. Never more, never less.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars reference. There, nailed it. All right. Moving on. Let's get to the next story. So, via discussing film. Oh, this is a long one. Sorry, everybody.
Maybe we should shorten it a little bit.
This one, but it needs the breath to be able to cover it like properly. So,
okay.
Like I don't want to shortchange it because it is a serious topic. Excuse me.
Travis says, I still love how Daniel's friend he meets at the building just vanishes from the movie entirely, never to be mentioned again. That is true.
I just did some nose spray, just so everybody knows.
I legit have a full script on my iPhone notepad about that kid from Last Jedi I wrote at like 2 a.m.
Hell yeah. That sounds awesome. God, I used to love doing that. Like, I once wrote a trilogy treatment for a reboot of Power Rangers. Now, this is back in like 2008. All right. And seeing my plan, Tommy was Zordon's son. All right. And like, I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but like he was a son, and Lord Zed, like I forget exactly how it all went down, but like he took him and like he like took him and like I don't know, put him in the fucking dumpster or something, right? Well, I mean, like he thought he was dead, and so then when like that was the big thing that caused like Lord Zed, because I used Lord Zed, I didn't use Rita. That caused Lord Zed to be put in prison, like in the dumpster, and like it was on Earth and all this bunch of shit. And so that's why Zordon was there to watch over the prison of Lord Zed, because he had this whole thing. And so when he breaks out, and so Zordon having to fight his son, you know, because his son's evil. He's the Green Ranger.
I'm sorry, chat's cracking me up.
But then Maggie, here's what I did. Okay, he's green, but the power coins are not, in my version, the power coins are not set to a specific color. The color is based off of the person that has it, right? So like it kind of matches their, not attributes, but like their
aura.
Yeah, sure. And so like Tommy is green, right? Because he's evil, right? He's full of hate and shit. And so in the third movie, when he finally like starts reconciling who he is and stuff, he gets rid of all the evil. The whole Zeo Crystal thing from the Master Ball stuff. But he gets rid of it all, and that's why he becomes the White Ranger, because all the evils left him, and so now he's pure of heart. And the Dragon Zord becomes a White Dragon Zord, because fuck the White Tiger Zord. It's great, but it's not as fucking cool as the Dragon Zord. I mean, the Dragon Zord was great, and so you just imagine like a fucking blue eyes White Dragon Zord just like flying fucking around and shit. Maybe it looks like Serpentera. I don't even know. All right. It's great.
Matt ZR says, Hyper Matt actually covering something serious. Well, that didn't last long.
Yeah, we totally abandoned it.
And Eric said, okay, Matt, you got young Neil's writing skills. That song made me laugh. Travis Mitchell said, I'm very intrigued by this Power Ranger reboot. Now in canon, Travis says, Zordon and Zed are the same species, and the Zeo Crystal was what blew Zed's skin off.
Ooh, I like that. Must be from the comics. Yeah, my thing was that Zed was actually a ranger with Zordon, that they were going to be on the same team together, and like power corrupts, right? And so kind of actually what they ended up kind of doing with Rita in the reboot when she was the Green Ranger. Yeah. Anyway, it was gonna be great, and then I don't know. I think I fell asleep and forgot all of it. I did spend like 3 hours on the phone with my brother Billy.
Have young Neil's writing skills.
I spent 3 hours on the phone with my brother Billy, telling him the entire treatment, and he loved it. And like I should have recorded it, but I didn't. And then I think I watched an episode of Lost. So
is this what you wrote young Neil?
I don't remember it.
I don't remember.
It was what was it? His sleep paralysis demon.
It's a sleep paralysis demon. I love that.
So good. God,
sleep paralysis is awful too. So
all right, so we're gonna get into the next segment here, unless you had anything else you want to say.
Matt ZR just said Dragonzord battle mode and Mega Dragonzord were cooler transformations than the Mega Tiger Sword.
Completely
Those
agree.
Words together, that's a lot.
What?
like
the Mega Dragon Zord.
Yeah, just that word. That would confuse the far out of some kids.
You remember the Mega Dragon Zord, right?
Yeah, I do. But I'm just saying. Yeah, I do.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm just saying, from a teaching perspective.
I love that this is where we are right now.
It's just that confuses the brain. I'm just saying.
Maggie, it's the Ultra Mega Dragon Zord battle mode. Okay, all right. What's so hard to understand about that?
You would have to read it as Mega Dragon Zord. Mega Tiger Zord.
I love it. Oh man, God, what happened to Power Rangers? You know, so good. And then not good at all.
I like how we've been dodging this one story.
Well, it's just I know. One, you got me talking about Power Rangers, so I mean that's what's gonna happen, right? And nobody did. I made myself start talking about it. But and also like this story it's a little heavy, so you know.
We can take turns reading.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay. So via several places, but Discussing Film and The Hollywood Reporter were the main ones. I think I also reference a couple others down throughout, so we'll cover those as we go. But I'm probably going to mispronounce these names. Melissa Barrera has been fired from Scream 7 after social media posts concerning the Israel-Hamas war. So, quote, Gaza is currently being treated like a concentration camp, she wrote in one post on Instagram stories. Cornering everyone together with nowhere to go, no electricity, no water. People have learned nothing from our histories, and just like our histories, people are still silently watching it all happen. This is genocide and ethnic cleansing. That's what I meant by it being... It's heavy. It's a heavy topic.
Scream 7 director Christopher Landon has commented on Melissa Barrera being fired. This is my statement. Quote, this is my statement. Broken heart. Everything sucks. Stop yelling. This was not my decision to make.
Spyglass, the studio behind Scream Films, has released a statement on the firing. Quote, we have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech.
Jenna Ortega will not return for Scream 7 due to scheduling conflicts.
Quote, scheduling conflicts.
Conflicts.
Scheduling conflicts. Right?
Sources insist that Ortega's departure has nothing to do with Barrera's firing. Sources say that Ortega's representatives informed Spyglass prior to the actor's strike that the actress, one of the biggest young Hollywood names to emerge this past decade, would not be returning.
Melissa Barrera has released a statement after she was fired from Scream 7 for being vocal about the genocide happening in Palestine. Quote, first and foremost, I condemn anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. I condemn hate and prejudice of any kind against any group of people. As a Latina, a proud Mexicana, I feel the responsibility of having a platform that allows me the privilege of being heard, and therefore I have tried to use it to raise awareness about issues I care about and to lend my voice to those in need. Excuse me. Every person on the earth, regardless of religion, race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status, deserves equal human rights, dignity, and of course freedom. I believe a group of people are not their leadership, and that no governing body should be above criticism. I pray day and night for no more deaths, for no more violence, and for peaceful coexistence. I will continue to speak out for those that need it most and continue to advocate for peace and safety, for human rights and freedom. Silence is not an option for me.
James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick are set to write a completely new script for Scream 7 after Spyglass fired Barrera for being vocal about the genocide happening in Palestine. Producers are reportedly keen for Neve Campbell to return, repay her the right amount.
Yeah, I love that's like, Neve Campbell, sure. Well, we'll just throw it back to that. Obviously, this is a what's the right phrase here? A tender topic, I guess. Like one that we want to be cautious to not be morons about.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Like, obviously, there's so much to this. and we are not experts on any of it, and we typically only cover things that are entertainment and fun and Disney movies and Good Burger 2 and stuff like that, you know. But that being said, there is a lot of terrible things that are happening, and from what we've seen, obviously we don't know everything, so this could come back and turn out, oh no, it was actually different. But yeah, like some of the reports of people being, you know, blown up, civilian places, like it's not great. Like it's not good. And like that is a war crime to attack places where civilians are, to make everyone pay. And like I know the inciting attack that started everything was horrible, and I know that the retaliation has also been horrible, and it would be much better if everybody would just shut the fuck up and just stop and like figure this shit out without having to just fucking murder thousands of innocent people. You know, I think we can all agree that alone should be okay, right?
Yes.
That alone we should all be able to agree on.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm not here to you know, say anything. Yeah, but I do think that it's ridiculous that she got fired for this.
Yeah.
I mean, it has nothing to do with the studio. Like, it has nothing to do with Scream. You know, like they're not even like they're not even talking about Scream 7 right now. Like it'd be one thing if she was like doing like a press junket or whatever, and like for Scream 7, and like had the poster behind her and started saying all this stuff. Like, I still don't think she should be fired for that, but I could see why the studio would have some concerns about that being said in regards to their thing, right? Because all they care about is the bottom line, the amount of money, right? So they don't want to alienate anybody, regardless if the people they're alienating are pieces of shit, right? Not saying that that's the case, but just saying, you know, that's they don't want that to happen. But that's not the case. This is her Instagram. Yeah. Like, I don't know. And like, I completely agree that people, we live in a time where people like to belittle and disregard horrible fucking things that happened, like the Holocaust, right? Like, when I'm gonna try not to get too deep. Yeah. Everybody, if this sucks,
our buddies in chat are saying they can't believe you're covering something like this.
But like, I don't want to alienate anybody, but obviously, like during the whole people trying to wear masks thing, right? Like during the Big C, people saying that that's like, you know, having to wear a mask is like being in Nazi Germany as someone in the Holocaust is just fucking ridiculous, right? Like, people fucking died in the most horrifyingly fucking ways possible. And like, the fact that any of that shit, or any of the people that represented that shit, that's even still a possibility of people living in America right now that would side on the side of Nazism is insane, right? Like, there's a reason they're always the bad guys in movies, right? Because they fucking suck, right? And so like, we live in that world where this shit has been twisted and contorted so much to where like nothing has any meaning anymore, right? And when everybody says something is something terrible, then the terrible thing becomes not terrible anymore because it's been so watered down from what it actually was. Yeah. So I get that. That being said, I don't think comparing what's going on in Gaza I don't think that's a bad comparison, right? I'm not trying to talk about, you know, history of the Holocaust or anything like that. But like, I'm much more on the side of that making more sense than the fucking masks and shit being compared to that, right? And I mean, you know, there is trying to wipe out entire people, you know, because of the actions of a few is always bad, you know, like it's always bad. Not everybody that lives there is this group of whatever, right? These extremists or whatever.
Yeah. And it's just a sensitive topic. I mean, the guys are bringing up different things, like Travis said, it's tough given how much social media ties into promotion of films, so it's near impossible for people in Hollywood to have a social life that doesn't directly tie into the projects of studios. Let's see. Yeah, Matt ZR says, yep, Eric, it's weird hearing Matt covering this with how happy he gets. And Travis says, I do think the motivation by the studio, however, isn't to support a cause, but rather to maintain an image of professionalism, which is pretty bad in itself.
That's a good point.
It is a good point. So, I mean, she was just trying to voice out her concerns and everything,
and like here's the thing. This is where it gets complicated, right? Because there were other people on the opposite view of how I felt about things during the Big C, saying things that were moronic, right, about that, and like, you know, without getting too deep into it, and like I would have been supportive of them being replaced or let go from a movie because of their ignorance that they're pushing, right? So I mean, that's the thing, is like, how can I be for that just because I disagree with what they're saying, and yet be against this because I agree with what she's saying, you know? And I guess the big thing there is just she's speaking out to try and save people's lives, and the people that were speaking out before about the Big C was like not trying to help people, but actively working to get millions of people dead from a killer virus, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's,
I like what Travis just said. He says, I'm 24. Aside from that is a stake in my
Maggie,
heart.
now we're cool. We're hip with the young people.
I think
you know?
myself and the previous generation are seeing the clashing of how we were disciplined, which was about learning, versus today, which is about instant deletion of the person.
It's talking about like canceling and stuff. Yeah. No, I get that. And I do think that, I don't know, I guess at the end of it, I think the studios just made a huge misstep here. And like the fact that they've doubled down, I mean, they, let alone like this whole thing, but like if we take a step back from like the politics of it all, they lost Jenna Ortega, which is maybe one of the highest rising stars right now, you know, and like she's gone. Now, whether that was scheduling conflicts, I mean, the fact that was announced the day after they said that they had let her go, it's pretty suspect, you know?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I know she's in the upcoming Beetlejuice sequel.
Yeah. I mean, she's a big name.
She is a big name.
And like to lose that and to lose the lead and to have to completely rewrite it when Scream was finally getting back onto a good track, you know, with the past two movies. Like, I don't know. It's just for the studio to take such a hard stance on that when at best it's complicated.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Yeah. And like, I know this wasn't like her first post about it or whatever, but I don't know. It just seems like they were a bit quick to do that, especially again, not even like on the set of Scream 7. Like it's not even Scream 7 was even involved. They were just ready to, you know, I don't know. It's wild. It's wild to me. It's a lot.
I'm tired of looking at Ghostface, to be honest.
And like, you know, it's funny like talking about this story, right? And we're talking about like, will Scream 7 still be good, right? Like that's kind of the point of why we're talking about this. But like after you cover all the bullshit that's going on in the world, like it just makes Scream 7 feel so completely unimportant. You know, like So it's kind of hard to come back out of that, but we're gonna try. We'll move into the headlines and stuff like that. But before we go out of this, I just want to say that again, it's a complicated subject. We're not pretending to be experts at all. But I mean, I don't want to speak for you. I think we both agree on this, but obviously I don't want to speak for you. But we're definitely all about, people not being murdered.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're all about...
Nobody getting murdered.
Yeah, just a peaceful way to do things. And, like, not saying that people should get away with doing horrible things and there shouldn't be punishment for that. Not saying that at all. But, like, if your answer is to kill thousands of people that had nothing to do with it, I think maybe you should look for a different answer. That's my opinion on it. Anything you'd like to say before we go into the next one?
Go on headlines.
All right. Headlines. I think I hit the wrong thing. There we go. So I got to let the prompter run for a little bit because I backed it up to the beginning of the story. Yeah. So, Maggie, anything in chat you want to cover while I'm letting this scroll?
Travis said just a while ago, I think we'll see a point where filmmakers and actors will strike again, but against the issue of being fired for stuff like this.
I could see that.
Oh, what? Huh? Thank you, Travis.
Oh, what happened?
I think it's a super chat. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you. That's awesome. Dude. Thanks, man. We appreciate that.
Very, very young person.
I was trying to see if there was a message with it or anything.
Yeah, that's why I clicked on mine. I had to.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. We appreciate that. So what I'm hearing from you is you want us to cover more politics.
No.
I'm joking. Hey, Maggie, guess what? Next year's 2024. We got a whole fucking another election to go through.
No, please, guys.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. All right, I'm moving on. We're getting on.
I am going to bed.
That's really why.
Guys.
That's really why you want to take a break. It has nothing to do with Henry. It's all about not wanting to deal with me over the next year. I'm joking, everybody. All right, so headlines. New releases. We had some new releases this past week. Via Variety, Kenan Thompson, Good Burger 2 was released this past week on Paramount Plus. We will be talking about that shortly. So Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell say that they 1,000,000% plan to keep collaborating. Quote, there are so many different opportunities and we're just ready to tackle all of that.
Kenan and Kel, like, I want to see them. I want to see the show.
Kenan and Kel?
Those characters from that show.
I don't know. Do we need that?
I think, I better keep my mouth shut.
What?
Still pertaining to the thing that I was thinking earlier. So.
God.
Eric said it's Pandora's box, so.
I mean, I love Kenan and Kel, don't get me wrong. I just don't know what you do with that as a movie or something, or even a sequel.
Oh, just do it like as a special.
I say do Super Dude. Do a Super Dude thing. Or the Spice Boys. Anybody remember Spice Boys?
They've already done like an
Get Nick Cannon back in there and Danny Tamborelli.
Nick Cannon and his hundreds of kids.
Yeah, they could all be in there. I love that their quote said that they're ready to tackle all of that. Right? And I didn't get to put this in here, but it has been updated that they are currently working on Good Burger 3. So it's already in pre-production. So it's full speed ahead. I don't know if they're working on like the script right now, I'm assuming, but there you go. I'm trying to remember any other characters that Kel did. Like I can remember like 1,000 Kenan characters. Like the guy in the tub.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Frenchman.
I'm trying to let us know in the chat if anybody remembers any Kel specific sketches. I'm just completely blanking. He was always the funny guy.
Yeah.
Like he was always my favorite. I just can't think of any specific.
He was the one that always would. I feel like would always get stuck with all the messy stuff. most of the time.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Also released this week, Doctor Who, The Star Beast. So if you're any Whovians in here, or hooligans, depending on which way you want to go with it, this dropped on Disney Plus in America, I guess, on Saturday, I think it was. It aired on BBC over the weekend also. We checked it out. Not gonna go like too into it, but we really enjoyed it. I haven't watched Doctor Who in probably 10 years.
David Tennant.
It was awesome. It was awesome seeing him back. Like, I watched when Matt Smith left, and then I watched, I think, the whole first season of Capaldi. So I guess it's been about 9 years.
I kept up with Capaldi for the first season he was in, and then it's just, I was like,
it's hard. It was hard to keep track with it because, like, where it would come on, and like, you know, it was easier with the Matt Smith time because it would just hit Netflix. You know, like, it as soon as it was done, it would just go to Netflix.
And also, I think too, during the time during Capaldi's run, especially with cable, it seemed like the cable services around here was just like, you have to pay blah 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 for
BBC America,
And so I think I had to pay for one of the episodes on my Xbox.
Yeah. I think I visited a special website to be able to watch some of them.
Oh, Matt ZR says Coach Cretan.
Oh yeah, Coach Cretan. Yeah. There's one. Let's get a Coach Cretan movie.
Travis
sequel. It needs to be Coach Cretan, and also a sequel to Coach Carter. Okay.
Travis answered your question about the politics thing. No period. More Power Rangers. You have a bunch of Power Rangers fans in here, man.
You mean when I say I'm here to talk about the PR, I'm not talking about the politics report. I'm talking about the Power Rangers.
PR, isn't that another thing?
In PR.
Public relations.
There you go. Whatever it is. I don't know. But yeah, Doctor Who, we really enjoyed it. I think we're going to wait until all 3 of the specials come out, and then we'll kind of cover all 3 of them. So
but
I want to say
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I want to say there's a new one this weekend. It's either this weekend or next weekend.
Tennant was my favorite Doctor.
He was
my favorite.
Tennant's my favorite, but I prefer the writing during the Matt Smith years.
I agree, and David Tennant really wanted to stay. Like, he did not want to leave. He wanted.
I don't want to go.
Alonso.
I based my Christian Doctor Who character off of that.
Jesus, we need to move it
one
on.
of these days,
guys.
everybody.
Anyway,
hang on. Maybe this will be what I do for my solo show. I'll show everybody my old YouTube stuff. It was terrible.
Oh, I hope you show them your Lost video.
The Lost fan film. Oh, I could totally. There was a contest for how will Lost end, for Jay and Jack podcast, and so I filmed this whole thing of like how I thought Lost was gonna end, and I got a little close, not completely, but I got close. And then there's Preacher Who, which is as terrible as it sounds. So, next up, via IndieWire, Taika Waititi says, as an auteur, he initially had no interest in doing the Thor films. Quote, I never read Thor comics as a kid. I was poor and I just had a second child, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to feed these children. And so that's why he took on Thor Ragnarok.
Wow.
I love it. Honestly, I love the honesty.
And I have children. Yeah, I'll take this.
Yeah, I mean, I love the honesty here. And I mean, here's the thing. He took it for the paycheck, but like he still made a goddamn fantastic movie. You know, I mean, Ragnarok, one of our favorite MCU movies.
And then also you did Jojo Rabbit, which did.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started on Jojo Rabbit. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Whoa!
So good, so good. What?
Matt CR said, Keenan and Kel were hilarious, and Good Burger too. And Eric's making fun of the glare on our TV. It makes the H look like it's silent, like Ed lines. Story-wise, I personally think the best way to go, this is what Travis said, to go forward / conclude Scream is bring back Liev Schreiber as Cotton Weary, given his importance to the overall story. You can easily retcon him back.
Oh, okay. I was going to say he died, but I'm okay with that.
Oh, this is all Travis here.
I love it.
The only British shows I've seen are the Ricky Gervais's shows, one called Men Behaving Badly. I've heard of Men Behaving Badly.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
I have a giant cardboard cutout of Jared Leto's Morbius as my headboard behind my bed. So that's my embarrassing thing I had to explain to people. Oh, you baby.
That's amazing. Wait, let me know. Do you actually like Morbius? Or is this like a what's it called? An ironic thing.
How did my eyes skip over that? And then he said, I was a Dino Thunder kid, but loved Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed, In Space, and Turbo as well.
Oh man. The fact that you just said Dino Thunder kid, I'm pretty sure I was already like in my 20s when Dino Thunder was on.
Decade younger.
I know. It hurts.
I told you.
Dino Thunder was good though. I mean, they brought Tommy back.
And he also said Taika's JoJo and Hunt for the Wilder People were my favorites of his.
I own Hunt for the Wilder People, but I haven't watched it yet. But I love Jojo Rabbit. Honestly, here's the thing, really quick. Jojo Rabbit aside, really quick. It gave me hope in humanity. Like, it came out at a certain point when I was like, this is pre-C, right? And I was pretty like unsure of like the state of the world and how shit was gonna go down, right?
And we're expecting our first child.
Yes, and I was like, I'm bringing a kid into this world, and I have no idea, like, how the fuck is this? Are we even gonna be here in a year?
And the last one I'll read from chat right quick. I'm sorry.
And it saved me. It saved humanity for me. So.
Matt CR says, wow, Travis, I started late into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, maybe first or second season, but my faves were Space, Galaxy, Tom Force, Wild Force, Dino Thunder, Mystic, RPM, and Beast Morphers. But I call it Mystic Morphers. There's your new Power Rangers, guys. Mystic Morphers. Oh, God.
You liked Wild Force.
I know what your solo show should be.
What?
The Power Rangers Power Hour, where y'all just
talk about Power Rangers.
Yes. Eric says, if it makes you feel better, I was 17 when Mighty Morphin was on, and here's me enjoying the Pudgy Pig.
Pudgy Pig.
Dos mio, yes, dos mio.
Oh, that does make me feel better, Eric. Honestly, that makes me feel a lot better. Actually, I was in first grade when I specifically remember watching the Pudgy Pig episode, and then going in and talking about it.
From kindergarten and watching Mighty Morphin, so
shut up, Maggie. I'm joking. Obviously, you know I'm joking.
Wild Force and Mystic Force, mostly just like Taylor and the villains. Matt ZR said.
Which one's Taylor? It's not the Red Ranger, right?
All right, vibe variety.
The worst.
William Dafoe reveals he will star as a dead police detective in the afterlife and Beetlejuice 2. Oh my god, I'm so glad I read this. And in life, I was a B-movie action star, but I had an accident, and that's what sent me to the other side. What
do you think, Maggie?
I love it.
It's pretty great, right?
I hope him and Michael Keaton interact with each other at some point. That'd be hilarious.
I'm something of a police officer myself.
Taylor was
one would say
yellow.
One would say it's showtime. Can Spider-Man come out to play?
Spider-Man's a big skin film.
Someone's living in my home. This is a lighthouse. I haven't watched Lighthouse. That's all I got.
Rainbow Batman's in there.
Via discussing filming Gizmodo. All right, here's a fun one. Okay, we got a couple of pieces to this.
We're hitting Karate Kid stuff, guys.
Yes, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio will reprise their roles together for a new Karate Kid movie in theaters on December 13th, 2024. So we are 1 year.
Taylor Swift's birthday.
she's a big Karate Kid fan. Who knew?
She made it happen.
The Cobra Kai creators have seen and given notes on all iterations of the scripts for the new Karate Kid movie. So originally, when we first reported on this, I think a year ago, we talked about Karate Kid getting a new movie and that it was going to be disconnected from Cobra Kai. And we were super fucking pissed because it's like Cobra Kai is the only reason anybody gives a shit about the Karate Kid right now. You know, like right now, don't get me wrong. Karate Kid's great, but Cobra Kai's obviously brought it back to the mainstream.
I made him watch all 3 before we started Cobra Kai.
You didn't make me. I made you.
No.
What are you talking about?
I made you.
No.
Yes.
God damn it, Maggie. No. I made, because you didn't want to watch them. You didn't even want to watch Cobra Kai, damn it. We only watched, I wanted to watch Cobra Kai because Nick Scarpino kept talking about how great it was. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, we can't watch it until we watch Karate Kid.
And I
bought the 3-pack on iTunes for $9.99.
I told you we had to watch them. And you're like, no, I think we could just jump in. And I was like,
I didn't. You said that. You are getting me hot mad right now. I'm hot mad right now.
Eric had that to the other triggers. Maggie telling him what she told him to do.
No. God. So anyway, when we first found out about it, they said the Cobra Kai people not involved. But now they're saying that the Cobra Kai people are involved. So does that mean that this movie is a continuation of Cobra Kai? Not like, or cool. At the very least that it exists in the same continuity as Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need like Cobra Kai stuff, but like I would like for everything that I've watched in Cobra Kai to have still happened. You know? Yeah. So it's also cool that they're bringing Jackie Chan back. Like that's really cool.
Love that.
Which means we now need to go watch that one. And the next Karate Kid. I'm telling you, if Hilary Swank doesn't show up in the final season of Cobra Kai, it's a huge missed opportunity. And they already had, who was it? Fucking Carrie Underwood or Hoku or
I'm sorry.
And somebody on there. What we got?
Let's see. Okay, we'll see. Oh gosh, I have to back up a bit. Okay, so I told you Taylor was Wild Force yellow. That's what Matt ZR said.
Oh, yeah.
Travis said Taylor is yellow, Wild Force, I believe. As a kid, I loved Wild Force, even if the CG was garbage. That impression sounds somewhat like both Buffalo Bill and the guy in the wheelchair and Hannibal. You're William Dafoe.
Won't you fuck me?
CR said, I could never tell with the CGI quality. My eyes aren't good enough to differentiate that. And then Eric says, no Boondock Saints quotes. He's never watched it, I don't think. Eric.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not watched it.
Travis says, I think this Karate Kid movie has the potential to be really special, and I'm really excited for it. Same here. And then Eric said, there we go. We found out what Ranger was Taylor Swift. Now, this is where it gets hilarious. Matt Zero says, Matt and Maggie sound like they're a married couple who've been married for years. We have done that.
We have for 6. Yeah. 2017. Yeah. Math is hard. It's not that I don't remember when we got married.
I better not say that one out loud.
Yeah, you don't need to say that.
Eric says, whoops, there it is. GD Maggie. I was going to say, can I get a GD Maggie when she said she was in kindergarten watching Mighty Morphin?
I love
That's the next emote, GD Maggie.
I love it. Oh my god.
Travis said one thing next Karate Kid did was establish Miyagi has a life outside of Daniel, which I think is important for a lot of franchises to remember.
That's a good point.
Dude, we haven't watched it yet, but like we watched the trailer for it. It just looks like absolute garbage.
It looks insane. It reminds me of Steel with Shaquille O'Neal. Like just similar. I don't know what it is about it. It just reminds me of it. Like it just looks bad. You know?
And Eric said, but Cobra Kai isn't going to tie into that new Karate Kid movie.
I mean, it might not. Probably won't.
I mean, if they've all seen the notes and stuff.
I mean, Cobra Kai ends, and then this next movie happens.
So next Karate Kid is bad. That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying, I want Hilary Swank to be in Cobra Kai season 5. Okay, they got everybody else.
Oh no,
literally everyone else.
And she does have a new movie coming out, so I mean, she hasn't stopped acting. So
think about it.
Is she too?
This is what they also need to do. Did you see that they did these Cobra Kai Power Ranger action figure crossover?
Yeah, I remember.
Do an episode where they're the Power Rangers. Like, I don't care if it's a what if. I don't care how they do it. All right, but I want to watch it.
Okay.
There. That's all. That's all I got. That's all I got. I gotta bring it back to Power Rangers. All right. I gotta bring it back. MMPR.
I love that whole
for
sentence.
L.
Oh, next Karate Kid is bad. Also, screenshot in chat because of the GD Maggie thing. That was really funny, Eric.
All right, let's get into.
That's how you know I've really gotten on to him, on his nerves.
It's true.
Okay.
Moving into the next one. So, we're going to talk about Disney's Wish right quick. We're not going to do. We probably won't do spoilers. But I'm going to bring up our chat here to. Or not our chat, but I'm going to bring up where we had the polls of how people voted for it. So, Maggie, while I'm doing that, why don't you show them the popcorn bucket we got?
This is the star from Wish that makes the goat have a voice. But this is the popcorn bucket. They're just a cute little face. It's pretty good size.
Yeah, it's big.
It's bigger than my face.
That's what she said.
I'm calling HR. Also, I think this is probably one of the best ones that's had a good like door or compartment.
Yeah, most of them are.
Most of them don't. Most of them that are shaped like a character don't. So I kind of like that. Also, it lights up.
Oh wait.
So cute. AMC had these.
Look at that.
Isn't it pretty?
It's pretty cool. I like it.
I kind of want to take it to work and make
You
it like
can.
a prize box.
You can if you want to. I don't mind.
I might do that.
I mean, we do have to rank the popcorn buckets at the end of the year.
I'll take a picture of it. I still think Poppy one's my favorite so far.
So we ran a poll. How would you rate Disney's Wish? 134 votes.
Yeah.
The with 43% of the vote, 5 stars. With 25% of the vote, 1 star.
Oh.
And then with 15% of the vote, 3 stars. So it's pretty hard split, right?
Yeah.
I think I personally gave it like a 4.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed it, like a lot. And it did do the one thing that I typically give a movie a 5 for.
Mm-hmm.
It did make me cry.
Yeah.
Like it teared up. I mean, I wasn't like fucking boohooing or nothing. It wasn't like when Shadow couldn't get out of the fucking hole. God damn it.
Don't let him lie to you. He cried like a baby.
And that was a Homeward Bound reference, just so we're all clear. All right. But anyway, it was I really enjoyed it. We kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, but we went and watched it over the weekend, and it's classic. I mean, it's modern classic Disney. Like,
Yeah, I really enjoyed the animation.
yeah,
Like not only was it computer, but also like the background put me in mind of Sleeping Beauty.
yeah,
In which the backgrounds for Sleeping Beauty took 10 years to make.
it's crazy.
Because it was all hand painted, and that's what Walt wanted.
Jesus, that's a lot.
But just how the background characters moved, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah,
Because if you watch Sleeping Beauty today, you'd swear up and down a computer made the background.
yeah,
Just how the people walk and the horses move.
yeah.
That's what this reminded me of, like in the background and stuff. Like, yeah, it looked like it was hand drawn.
Yeah,
But still, at the same time, you knew a computer was helping make this look like this.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a really cool. I don't know if it's a, a reference or call back to back to the old ones or not. But I thought that was wild.
I think it definitely has. I think it's definitely because of that. Yeah. Obviously, this being the 100th year anniversary, Wish being released during that, there's a ton of references to Disney as a whole, and this definitely feels like a callback to original Disney. Yeah. Like I would say this is probably the closest to a merging of classic Disney and modern Disney that we've seen. Yeah. And I love this art style. I did not like it at all in the trailers. Yeah. Like in the trailers, I just thought it was off-putting. It looked,
it was cool. I was like, ooh,
it was giving me like What If vibes, and which I hate that style. But then once we're watching the movie and you're kind of engrossed in that art style, it works a lot better. Yeah. Like instead of just being like cut scene to scene to scene.
And I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Yeah.
There's lots of references.
Yes.
To Disney movies.
I mean, honestly, in a way, this could be like it's not okay. Yeah. I want to be very clear. This is not what I'm about to say, but thematically, it could be like the prequel to all Disney movies. Like, this kind of works as though it's the first story ever told in Disney, right? Like the first person to wish upon a star, and then from that, every other story is able to happen. Yeah. Now, there's nothing in this really that like negates that, but there's nothing in this saying like, oh, no, fucking Elsa's gonna have frozen hands or whatever. There's nothing that straightforward. Like, I would love for there to be a shared Disney universe. I still can't believe that we're not there yet.
Ever since we've gotten the Wreck-It Ralph. Like, I know that's the Disney Princess's website, but like,
I mean, that's why that movie opened so high. Yeah. Was because of the Disney princesses. Let's not forget, like the scene of all the princesses together. Like that's what they marketed the whole movie on. You know.
Empire Earth. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? So yeah, I definitely. It's really good. Again, if you like Disney movies, I think the villain's strong.
Oh yeah.
I think all the characters are funny. Yeah. Like what?
I love Chris Pine.
Yeah,
I love him.
He might be like my favorite villain since like I'm trying to think, maybe Jafar.
Or my favorite villain of all time is Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. That's why I know so much about Sleeping Beauty. If you can't tell. But like he's right up there. He's about as bad as she is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any villains that like stand out in my mind. I mean, I guess like Scar,
Ursula.
Jafar, but I mean, like I put him very high. Like he's a solid villain. Yeah. Like he sucks, but he's also enjoyable to watch. Yes. Like that's what makes him great.
He's so full of himself. He's so vain. Like I love that.
And as Maggie was saying, there's tons of references throughout. Even like the main cast of characters are somewhat references. I don't want to give anything away, but there's just a lot of things in there that's just really cool.
It's a lot.
It's really cool.
Also, Valentino the Goat. I mean, they basically gave that away in the trailers.
Yeah,
about him getting his voice.
And what's his name again?
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk. Yeah.
And how, if y'all can find the video of Disney showing how many characters Alan Tudyk's done for them over the years, starting with King Candy, and just watching him do Hey-Hey's, the toucan from Encanto.
I love Alan Tudyk.
And then he did the Mad Hatter for the 100th celebration and King Candy. Like just watching it, and then it shows him doing this one's voice.
Yeah.
And just I was like, how are you able to make your voice box do that?
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
And he was also in Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Yeah.
Him and Nathan Fillion. But no, I definitely think it's great. I'm kind of surprised it's getting the low results. Not even results, but just like I think the review score was something at like 66% or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes. I want to say the audience score was higher than the critic score, but again, I do think stuff we talked about during the box office, I think still obviously apply here of just, the cost, bringing all the family, all of that kind of stuff. But if you enjoy Disney films, if you enjoy Disney families, oh God, I think you should definitely check this one out. Don't let the bad press kind of throw you off. If you enjoyed things like Tangled and Frozen, like it's very much in that style, like in that way of things.
Travis Mitchell. Oh, Matt's gonna love this one, Travis. I'll always fondly remember Alan Tudyk as Dutch, John Turturro's Russian bodyguard in Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, that's what I
Wow. I honestly, my favorite, if we're being serious, him as Wash in Firefly is my favorite. But
yeah,
the funny would actually be Dodgeball as the pirate.
He was my favorite character. And I had no idea whenever we started dating. Had no idea that was Alan Tudyk. And then we watched Firefly. He's like, yeah, that's the pirate from
Dodgeball.
I'm like, no, it's not. That's not sequel, the same person.
Dodgeball, the sequel to Heavyweights. Just so we're clear. He runs the camp.
Lunch is canceled due to lack of hustle.
Camp goes to shit. He starts selling crystals. That doesn't work. So what does he do? He overeats, gets super overweight. Then he loses all that weight and starts a gym where he then has to battle the average Joes in a dodgeball tournament. I'm telling you. It's right there. It's all right there. Not since my Power Rangers trilogy have I been so sure about a certain plot point. Okay.
Also, in Fire Earth, going back to Smallville, we're probably going to do it Thursday.
It'll either be tomorrow at 8 or Thursday at 9. It honestly depends on our daughter.
She's been sick.
Yeah. But so tomorrow, not at 9, we are for sure doing Super Nice Playback where we watch the VHS tapes. But Smallville will either be at 8 o'clock before that, or it'll be 9 o'clock on Thursday. So
heck yeah! Now Travis says something we can all agree on.
All right.
He says, really pumped to see him again as K2 in Andor season 2.
Yes. Oh my God, I was so upset that he wasn't in season 1.
But it made sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I wasn't like pissed, but like that's how they promoted the show was him and Diego Luna like walking out, Yeah. And like, God, he wasn't even there.
Yeah. Are we? Oh, poor Matt.
Sorry,
I'm sorry. Just now caught it out of the corner of my eyes. Like, that's what he's doing. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, we don't want to go into spoilers.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching.
It's worth watching.
Now I will say, I don't think if you're not wanting to go to the theater, either money or anything like that, I don't think this is one that you have to go watch in the theater.
No.
Like I think watching on Disney Plus will be just as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you want to go, I think you should check it out.
Yeah.
But if you wait until Disney Plus, I think it's
you're not. It's not that you're not going to die or anything.
Yeah, I mean it's not like Avatar 2, like that. That's like something you want to see in theaters, right? Yeah. Or like Spider-Man: No Way Home or something. Like you want that environment, right? But this is in line with like the Haunted Mansion. It's it's totally fine to watch it whenever. What was you laughing about?
Travis Mitchell said in my head canon after little Jason drowned in Friday the 13th, he was found by a mob family and named Sloth met the Goodies, then hitched a ride back to Crystal Lake on the Inferno. Holy crap, man, that's great. I love that.
Is that why he's like so good with boats and ends up in Manhattan in part 8? That's amazing. I love that. That's fantastic. And it works. Like he visually, that works a little too well, honestly.
And also Enviro said that you look like Kevin Feige.
Who, me?
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. I used to look like fat bastards, so I'll take Kevin Feige. Maggie didn't hear that. It's okay.
No, I didn't.
I said I used to look like fat bastard.
Why is Austin Powers brought up every week?
Not every week.
I did
A
this
lot of
earlier.
weeks.
We started
Did you really?
Buddy in the box
wow.
office.
That's terrible.
All right, we need to move on.
All right, moving on to the next segment, everybody. We are going to discuss
Good Burger 2.
Good Burger 2. Maggie, you want to show them the
happened in
popcorn bucket for Good Burger 2?
We don't have it. If it happened in the 90s, this is how the cover would have looked. Because it would have been 2.
It would have been Tood Burger. They would have put a 2. They would have used a 2 for like one of these.
2 good burgers.
Good double burger. Double cheeseburger.
Or good.
Really good burger.
Really good. Well, no. I'm trying to think of something clever and I can't. Okay. Anyways.
Audience poll.
Streaming.
Audience poll. Oh yeah, it's streaming on Paramount Plus. So, audience poll for Good Burger 2. We had 80 votes. 61% of the vote, Maggie, gave it 5 stars. I love our audience so much. 15%, the next highest was 4 stars. 13% gave it 3 stars, and then 4 and 8% for 2 and 1 star. So very, very positive for Good Burger 2. I don't know what the fuck they were watching. I'm joking. No, it was
make it a double burger.
It was good. It was a good burger. Okay, like it was a sequel to Good Burger.
On Paramount Plus. Like
it was a made for TV 30-year later sequel to Good Burger.
I was not expecting anything spectacular or anything because I remember watching the first one in theaters as a kid.
You watched it in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think my cousin spent the night with me and mom took us to go watch it.
Yeah.
And I remember after we went watch it, we went to Walmart and my cousin bought the soundtrack and we listened to it.
Nice.
Going back to the house. And I was like, this is the greatest day ever. We get to listen to I'm a Dude, But
was the CD orange? Or was it like a burger patty?
I can't remember. Because I didn't own the CD.
Yeah. It's probably just silver.
Maybe.
They probably didn't do anything cool with it. But yeah, we checked it out over the weekend. We both fell asleep watching it, so we had to rewatch the last 10 minutes of it. We watched the whole thing and just kind of dozed off during the end. Not because of Good Burger, again, because our daughter's been sick.
We have a 3-year-old.
But it was good.
It's a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. It's not egregious like Hocus Pocus 2, right?
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 was terrible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they completely lost the point of what made Hocus Pocus good.
Yes.
Right? This knows exactly what made Good Burger good, and it just does it again. And it didn't try to do more than that. Mm-hmm. It didn't try to give more depth than that. It was a Nickelodeon movie that's for adults, but still made as if it's for children.
Yes.
Or preteens,
I will say, I liked this a heck of a lot better than the live-action Fairly Odd Parents movie that they made in the first place.
Oh yeah, I feel honestly
with Drake Bell, I think this was very well thought out.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the better Nickelodeon movies. Granted, I've not watched all of them.
We haven't watched, what was it, Legends of the Hidden Temple and Dora?
But I would assume, I'm going to assume it's better, at least than Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah. I
would say Dora, I don't know. I didn't grow up watching Dora.
No. And they're now they're redoing her. She's not gonna be hand drawn animated anymore. She's gonna be CG,
like
kind of
Rugrats.
And
Okay, yeah.
Blue and Rugrats.
Or like even the Blue's Clues movie. Like
the Blue's Clues movie is adorable.
Yeah. But this, I would say, this is even better than that. Yeah. Like it's not like it's not bad. Like it's, and like I say, made for TV. Like it's like that says something about the quality.
No.
Like I would say it's about as high quality as like Lady and the Tramp on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Like I mean if it had been released in theaters, I would rank it a lot lower. Okay, because like it almost feels like what's the point, right? But for this being on a streaming platform,
I kind of was wanting the old music,
yeah.
I really wanted that to make a comeback because I was like, oh man, if they bring that music back, that'd be so great. But I mean, if you see the trailers on Paramount Plus, if you have the ad version like we do, I mean, they basically
give the whole plot away.
Also show all the cameos. Which there is a lot of cameos.
There are a lot of cameos, a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is just rose-colored glasses here, but like, I feel like this is gonna sound stupid as soon as I say it. I feel like Good Burger was a bit more subtle with its comedy. Like not like it was very much in your face comedy, right?
Yeah, well,
but it had more subtlety than this.
Yeah, like the first one when it involved Ed, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Kel is going to be in the strawberry jacuzzi, and of course he rollerblades, but
like this almost felt like a collection of bits, almost like sketches within like a through line. Almost like I'm trying to think. It reminded me of something almost like Family Guy, in a way, like classic Family Guy. But I mean, much more structured than that. But like, you know, there's a part where you meet Ed's family, and like that's just kind of a little sketch. Yeah. And then like there's a shot or there's a scene where they have a delivery, and that's kind of its own little sketch. And so like it's just kind of a bunch of those, kind of like Anchorman 2. Anchorman 2 was a lot like that, but Anchorman 2 pissed me off a lot more.
Yes, Matt CR includes a reference to the King and Kel show, and it was so great.
It does. Won't give it away, but it does, and it's great.
But I wanted the other person to say it, though. I'll just say that.
Was this the Pandora's Box thing?
No.
Okay. What's the Pandora's Box thing? Is it a spoiler?
No. I was just going to say, like, we kept on saying something about the box office, about these movies and stuff, and I was like, man, if Good Burger 2 was in this mix, I don't know, guys.
You think it would be low?
It'd be low?
Yeah, it would. I mean, it would have done. God, it probably would have made more than Wish, if I'm being honest, because it would have got the Nickelodeon kids.
Yeah.
But like again, if you like, here's what I'll say: if you grew up on Good Burger, if you grew up watching Snick, right? If you remember those times fondly, then you should watch this, and you'll have a good time.
And I mean, if you're like us that grew up with that generation, all that was our Saturday Night Live and stuff.
If you know what the secret world of Alex Mack is.
Yeah. But now we see Kenan Thompson on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whenever we catch him and Kel together, like they showed up on a Tonight Show, did a Good Burger sketch. People went wild for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just happy to see them two together because they work so well together. They always have.
Yeah. It's definitely for it's made with love for the fans. Yeah. You know, like it's not necessarily pandering to the fans.
No.
But like it felt like they were wanting to recapture it just as much as we were wanting them to recapture it. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely down for more.
I mean, if you ever like go back and rewatch some parts, especially when Kel does something really funny or talks really funny, Kenan's trying his best not to bust.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so funny.
Kel's still really funny. Like he's still got it. I'm shocked he's not ever gotten bigger than he was.
Yeah.
Like the only other thing I can think of that Kel did was McHammer for Attack of the Show.
Well, I could think of a movie, Mystery Men.
Speaking of Ben Stiller.
And the Invisible Boy.
Let me know in the chat.
That was so
funny. Do you remember McHammer? Does anybody remember McHaver and Kel rapping about giving out free burgers? Please let me know if I'm the only one. I was donating plasma the first time I saw that, and I was very weak, and I was trying so hard not to laugh, like just so loud. I was on my iPod Touch, and I was watching it, and my God,
that's how old we are.
It killed me, man. Oh my God, it killed me. It's so funny. God, I loved it. So yeah, Good Burger 2, definitely worth checking out. You know, if you are a fan. If you're not a fan, I would say
don't.
I mean, if you've seen the commercial and it intrigues you, knock yourself out. But like, if you have no idea what Good Burger is or who Keenan and Kel are, I think you're fine to watch something else instead. I don't think this is gonna do anything for you.
Keenan and Kel, I always loved when they did a whole entire hour of their show.
Yeah.
On Nickelodeon, it was just.
I would like to see what they do with a Keenan and Kel like reunion or special or something.
Yeah, that's that. I don't want a movie. I just want
a
reunion, seeing the store again.
Here's what I would like. Okay, and this is gonna be a little meta. I would like a Keenan and Kel movie, but it's about Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell trying to make a Keenan and Kel movie. Okay, so
you
like
go meta with it.
Yes. Like it's not them playing Kenan and Kel. It's them as themselves trying to make the movie of Kenan and Kel, and like their real versions are very much just the Kenan and Kel characters, right? But it's like, I think you could do something like that, and that would be a good way to go.
Oh yeah.
Whereas if you just try to do a now story of Kenan and Kel, I don't think there's enough in that show to really have a movie. You know,
they did it on Saturday Night Live. It just now hit me.
What?
Remember when Kel showed up on Saturday Night Live for that sketch? And it was about Kenan and Kel. And
oh yeah, yeah, and it was like with what's her name from Nope. Because she was also there, and like somebody gets shot. Kiki, is that her name?
Is it Kiki?
I feel like it's Kiki.
But yeah, she apparently plays in the show where this because
Kiki Palmer.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer.
Yeah,
they say like
that's great.
Oh yeah, it was her. She wanted to bring back Kenan and Kel.
Like somebody gets shot or something.
I think it was her. She gets shot, but she plays Kel's sister.
That was great. That's
hilarious.
A great sketch.
It's
a really good
hit
sketch.
Me because when that person gets shot, it like goes black and white or something.
Because she's wanting to get like an Emmy for it.
Yes.
That was really good. I do like that. So yeah, definitely. There you go. That's our verdict on. I almost said Kenan and Kel and Good Burger 2. Yeah. So, you want to get us caught up?
Huh?
I said, do you want to get us caught up?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk of the Arrowverse, and I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not touching it, boys.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry. But we have a person in chat, Rowley__88, said, my dad was kind of picky about entertainment growing up, but he appreciated Kenan and Kel because of how much fun they had.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That.
Yeah. My dad would watch all that with me. I don't know if he liked it, but he'd watch it with me.
My mom, I remember when she took us to see Good Burger in theaters, she really liked it.
Yeah.
She thought those two were hilarious.
Yeah. Which my dad also loved Sinbad.
Yeah.
So he was able to get a kick out of that. Yeah. I love Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. I like hearing stuff like that.
Varth, I'll kick you out of chat, buddy.
What's he doing?
He said, "Oh, better not post what happens, or she'll be spoiled."
On what?
Smallville.
Don't read it. Just don't read it, Maggie.
Kick you out. Take my joy away.
We're gonna have to take Maggie's chat privileges away.
Oh, take his chat privileges away.
No. We want people talking in the chat. We just don't want you being spoiled on a 20-year-old series.
Yeah, no,
like it's not really That's the thing.
At the synopsis of everything.
That's the thing, Maggie. Like,
or Barriette, call my brother and he can tell me everything that happened. Or call your brother and he can tell me everything.
Maggie. Like, that's the thing. We can't be too like upset about people posting spoilers for a show that ended in.
This is my job.
The show ended in like 2011. Like, Avengers wasn't even out yet. Smallville ended. All right. Nah. Anyway, let's move on to the final piece. Nah, you're fine. He knows you're just joking.
I'm sorry, buddy. I take it back.
It's time to add Disney's Wish and Good Burger 2 to the winter 2023 ranking so far. So, just to recap for everybody, at number 5, we have The Marvels. At number 4, All the Light We Cannot See. Number 3, Trolls Band Together. Number 2, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. And at number 1, Loki. Maggie, where do you want to put?
Defend the Marvels. It's the bottom of
Well, but I mean, we've had some bangers. Like,
I know.
The only thing I would consider would be to put it above All the Light We Cannot See, but you were not down for that. So, like, I'm down with
such a good story.
All of this stuff's good, but see, it's getting ready to not be the bottom of the list. Okay, like, I don't want to get ahead of the game here.
Okay,
but I feel like we can both kind of agree. We can go ahead and say where Good Burger 2 is going, right?
6.
I mean, it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's good.
It's fun.
But I mean, we like the Marvels more.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's that.
Well, I mean, and Good Burger 2. Also, I will say about Good Burger 2, it does not like try to hit you too much with the nostalgia.
It doesn't try to do much.
Dang, Matt.
It was the perfect movie to fall asleep on after eating an entire turkey. So I'll give it that. No, I'm joking. Let's see. How about Disney's Wish? Where do you see Disney's Wish? Let's just go one by one because we don't have that many things on here. So better than the Marvels.
It's really hard.
It is hard. It's hard. I mean, because they're so different. I mean,
yeah.
Is it?
Is it though?
I mean, I didn't cry during the Marvels. Like, I'll give it that. But like, I also didn't get as hyped and Wish as I got during the Marvels. I mean, especially, you know. I mean, I don't know. I think the bigger conversation is if it's better than Trolls Band Together, just because that's more comparable. And like, here's the thing. I think it's a better made film as far as like story, acting, plot, all of that stuff, right? I think it's better made than Trolls Band Together. But I did not enjoy it more than the enjoyment I got out of Trolls Band Together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Trolls Band Together, when that hits digital, we're buying it, you know?
I mean, just seeing it for the second time last week, I was like, and wherever it showed Trolls, I was like, yes!
No, I'm down to... We talked about how much we liked it. But I think it's okay to put it below the Marvels.
Okay.
And then put Good Burger 2 below Wish.
Yes.
All right. See, now, don't you feel better about our list now?
Yes. And Fire Earth, you're not a bad person. I was just...
What'd you do to Envire Earth?
I just said
Quit running people off, Maggie. That is the opposite of why we do these live streams.
Eric, I feel a GD Maggie coming on.
God! You know how hard it is to Google Disney's Wish? Because it's a boat. It's also a boat.
A boat.
So, like, I have to type in Disney's Wish movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you heard the theory of why Disney made a movie called Frozen? Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay. Here's the theory. This is the last thing we're going to do before we call it a night.
I feel
All right. So, once upon a time, people thought that Walt Disney's head
was frozen.
Yes. that he had been Kappa-detated, right?
Decapitated.
Yes, his Kappa had been detated. And
is that a word you can't say?
I'm trying to be funny.
Okay.
It's decapitated.
Okay.
So people would Google, hey, this is for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So people would Google Disney Frozen, right? And that would be the first thing that would pop up. And so the theory is that they released a movie called Frozen so that they could not have that be the first thing brought up under that search term.
I knew. I also heard that they froze his body, like head intact.
I heard that. No, I got nothing.
That'd be nice.
Honestly, I don't know if that's true. I think that's a lot of work just to make some Google ranks lower. You know what I mean? I think honestly, it's called Frozen because one word. Some summaries work better for movies, and especially after Tangled was just called Tangled. Like, you know, and it did so well. I think that's why they decided to do that. Who knows though? You want me to get caught up on chat? Are you worried?
I'm running through it real quick. I'm speed reading. Eric said we sat around the dinner table and watched Married with Children. I think
Married with Children.
Think I did the same thing too.
I was not the biggest Married with Children fan. It wasn't bad.
Lee was in it.
I just didn't really. I don't know. Just never really vibed with it. I think it was too vulgar for me.
Oh my god, Travis! He said, "You talking about the skit that Kiki Palmer did?"
Yeah.
He says, "You talking about her getting shot remind me of the episode of The Fresh Prince where Will gets shot at the ATM, then abruptly goes to the theme song."
Oh my god, I remember that episode. Oh my god! And then Carlton gets a gun.
Yeah, that is right.
God, what a show! Remember when they retconned an entire season? It was amazing.
Travis said, "I heard that Walt Disney's head was locked in a space dumpster by Lord said."
After 10,000 years, I'm free. I can't say what I really want to say because I mean I'd be portraying just a very negative version of Walt Disney. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, no, it's definitely not worth it. Yeah, that's great. That's so good. Anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry, Envir. I take it back. I'll turn my phone off.
No, you can keep watching it. Or you can keep on chat.
No, well, he didn't say anything about Smallville. I was mostly trying to poke fun at him or anything.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to have some jokes with our chat.
Yeah.
I like it. Love inside jokes. Can't wait to be a part of one someday. I say that at work when I'm doing a presentation.
Yeah.
And it never gets a laugh. It never gets a laugh. I do. Well, never mind. I'm like going into work stories.
Jokes at my work because I work with some people that are too old.
Yeah.
They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Never mind."
Dude, I'm trying to think. Like, there's hardly. Well, never mind. What the hell am I talking about? I'm ready to go to bed. All right, everybody.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, this was fun. Chat popping off. I love to see it. Like, thanks for making this a fun time, guys. Like we really appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Again, we will be back tomorrow at some point. It'll either be 8 or 9. If it's at 8, then Smallville will be happening. If it's at 9, then Smallville will happen on Thursday. But we are talking about a great episode of Smallville.
We've already watched it.
Bound. Have I showed you the thumbnail?
No.
I could show everybody the thumbnail.
Envir forgives me, thank you.
I had to Google, what's her name? Robin Scherbatsky.
Colby Smulders.
Yeah, I had to Google her, to find
Robin Sparkles.
a decent picture.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little saucy.
Now look at my face. I'm like, ooh.
Oh no.
It's not gonna focus.
Yeah.
It's not, Matt. It's not gonna focus.
I just get really close. There we go.
There we go. And then it's gonna mess up everything.
Yeah. There we go.
Lex,
I had to crop it. I had to be very conservative because that shirt does not button in the actual image. So there you go, everybody. Don't worry, it's already deleted off my phone, honey. Don't you worry.
I saw that.
I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm supposed to imply with
Isn't
that.
all the Luther's exes crazy?
Oh yes.
Wiping your breath. That's what Travis said.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. That's it. I'm calling it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We greatly appreciate you all hanging out with us tonight. This is a lot of fun. You all definitely helped us bring up the energy and had some fun times with us. Greatly appreciate y'all. And thanks for even hanging out with us through the Scream story.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad we were able to talk about something like that without losing everybody. So we really appreciate you all. Thanks again to our producer for the month of November. Strange Marvel Theories. I almost said Super Marvel Theories. Strange Marvel Theories. Again, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get access to exclusive emotes and exclusive content. We had a Scott Pilgrim movie commentary this month that we did. And a Good Burger commentary a couple months ago. So, yeah. This is some good stuff. Some good stuff. Maggie falls asleep most of the time, so it ends up just being me talking about a movie, which is great. And also Tiny Toons. We did the House with My Summer Vacation. We try not to do movies that anybody wants to watch. So, like, we end up doing stuff like The Little Giants.
Little Giants. That was fine.
It was, yeah. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for watching. And as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.